just feel like I would block you.
So shocking because I did not even stretch. I did not attempt. I did not do anything.
Because I wanted to say, what am I actually paying for? I don't pay for my car well. I don't pay for that. God, please.
I don't want to name names, but one of the probably Nigerians are wicked. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl S to the K, and I'm back here with another video. If you're new here, you're highly welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I see. Hope these two pretty faces make you hit the subscribe button. And I'm here with my girl
Princess Progress. So welcome to Sewunu's channel.
Yeah. She's also a major YouTuber, so please don't forget to check her channel as well. I'll leave it down in the screen and in the description box. Check it out. We're both, you know, our pretty faces should make you hit that subscribe button one way or another.
Always.
Guys, this is take 2. Okay, let me give you a story. We've tried to shoot this video before, but I lost the clips. So this is take 2. And today's video is literally our best and worst experiences with different things, and we'll be discussing it, different, you know, criteria and different areas of our lives, and we shall be discussing it with you. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first one we're going to be talking about is our best and worst encounter with someone we look up to. So do you want to go first?
You know what? I'm not even going to lie, yeah? I feel like maybe when I was younger, maybe when I was like a teenager, I don't know if I really looked up to anybody
per se.
Yeah, I only used to focus on like, you know, being like my parents or like better than my parents. You understand? I feel like my role models were like people around me, but I just feel like there are people obviously that I would see, I'll be like, oh my God, you are doing so well in life, and then at the end of the day, it's not that I'm disappointed. I was just like,
I get what you mean.
I was like, what?
Like,
So this is what you are doing?
Yes. I get what you mean.
But I don't look up to them. That's just the honest truth. I would just like maybe like just have some form of like admiration for them, but not that I look up to them. Do you understand? I feel like the only people that, and I would say look up to people that like, you know, you actually see how they work, how their lives are, their work ethics and stuff like that. Those are the people I look up to because I can see them in like close proximity and see how they work. But like, yeah, I don't look up to anybody. I'm like, yeah, that's just it.
For me, to be honest, I don't think I've really looked up to anybody per se. But best, I don't know, do I have any best experience with any one of them? Worst experience, not really.
Yeah,
not
but
really.
you know, like, do you know what with this question? Yeah, I feel like obviously we both know that there are people that we would have some form of expectation. You know what? Like, oh my God, this person is doing so well, blah blah blah. But like later, you know, they just to come out.
Or is it apart from that? Remember when I was telling you about that? I don't want to name names, but the one of the popular YouTubers that, like, you know, I went for like this PR event and she was shading like other YouTubers, and I think that one was maybe because it wasn't like a one-on-one encounter with said YouTuber, but it was more of like a wow. Like, you know, I don't know what particularly I felt she was, like the kind of person she was, but I just did not expect her to be shady towards other YouTubers. So for me, that was a very that was a moment. Yeah.
I feel like, you know, the thing about us is that we are a little bit like different. I feel like I don't know, but like our backgrounds are a little bit like similar. Do you understand? So when we see some people doing certain things, like we're just like,
dreamy.
Yeah, like we're just like,
yes.
Do you understand? So I feel like obviously people like grow up with like It's okay. So I feel like people like grow up in like different ways, like with different backgrounds. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I don't just like look up to anybody, because people will just be surprising you
True.
all the time,
All
because
the
they only
damn
want to
time.
show you what you want to see.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
just it.
Yep. Very true. Best and worst coping mechanism. I think my worst coping mechanism is isolation. I will isolate. If it's one thing about me, I will isolate. Like I will just go off. I will hide. And it's not healthy per se, because there are just certain things you can't handle on your own. Basically, like I just feel like, you know, over time, I feel like isolating, you think about the problems too much. You start creating different scenarios in your head. It just makes it worse. Do you get?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and my best coping mechanism is, so like there's no in between for me. It's either I'm isolating or I just want to be around my people. And you know, just feel better when I'm around people, just to feel better and whatnot. So I think that those are my, you know, there's no in between for me. It's either I'm isolating or I want to be around my people. Best coping mechanism.
You know what? I would say that my best coping mechanism is actually my worst coping mechanism.
Really?
Yeah, because I would say that my coping mechanism, is just blocking people.
I'm screaming.
You know what? It's good, and some people will be like, "Oh my God, it's not good." I feel like, well, me, you know what?
Sometimes out with the rubbish.
Yeah, out of sight,
Peace of
out
mind.
of mind.
Yeah.
That's just what I believe in. Like, even with like exes, even like with friendships, I just feel like I would block you immediately. Like, I will not even give you like an opportunity to basically explain yourself, because how I feel is
People
how
know
I
what they're
feel.
doing, and
Do you
I feel
understand?
like
I feel like we're adults. I
Yeah.
don't really have time
Yeah.
for the rubbish. Do you
True.
understand? So I feel like that's like my best coping mechanism, because you know, it works. So people don't understand, but it works.
It works.
Like when you block people, you don't even think about them. Like they're actually, like, I feel like out of sight.
It's actually true. Out
Yeah.
of sight is actually out
Out
of
of
mind.
sight
It
is out of
is.
mind. Like obviously, maybe the few days you're like, but like trust me, in a week, like when you actually, like me, I don't block, and like, you know, people that have like other accounts to start checking. I don't do that. Like once I block you, like you are literally like, I forget about you. So that's how I would say, like, some people will say it's not good, some people will say it's good, but for me,
It works for you.
yeah,
it works
that's
for
why I
you.
say that it's also like my best and my worst coping mechanism, because sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. But in general, I'll say success rates 99.9%.
Screams.
That's what I would say.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair. I think that's not that. To be honest, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
For me, if I block people, like I feel like, but I've never really thought about it, like, you know, in long term, because I like, maybe my conscience just be like, this and that in the very beginning.
My conscience will never judge me. Sorry, like it's how I felt at that particular time. Like, and for me to click that block button, I'm always right. I don't know how to explain it, but like at least God blessed me with, like, you know, good like instincts. Like once I see that something is not right, I don't have time, because it just brings unnecessary drama. Think about it, the people that you don't block and you leave them there, before you know, you start talking to them again. Before you know, you go back to old patterns. Before you know it, you're having the same drama all over again. It's just unnecessary.
It's true.
Yeah, so
True.
yeah, that's my best and worst coping mechanism.
Best and worst dating experience. Do I even have any worst dating experience?
Oh yeah, I do.
Do I have any worst? Okay, maybe I wouldn't say like it was worse, but say your own first.
So my worst dating experience, I would say, is I can't say the word, but a guy stealing from me. Yeah, I've had a guy steal from me.
Stop it.
Yeah. We had that moment of like, I had a guy steal. He stole my money. He stole my money with his full chest. I don't even understand that whole thing, to be honest. Like,
stop it.
No. I haven't, but like, yeah, that's definitely my worst dating experience. I had a guy steal my money. That's basically my worst. But my best, I would say, is my man, my husband, okay?
Period.
Like, I feel like obviously like our dates, the way he treats me, you know, the way I'm being catered to as a lady, I absolutely love it.
And
So
that's why you guys are married.
that's why I'm married,
Of
okay?
course. Yes.
So yeah, that's my I love dating my husband. Yeah. Best dating
And you
experience
know,
all
and
the
when
time.
you the continuity of it all, like
Yes.
it's always so it doesn't you don't get used to it. It's just like
Exactly.
like
I feel like-
every one of them is like, oh wow.
Yeah, he surprises
wow.
me every
Yeah,
time. I feel
that
like
is
it's
so
good.
sweet.
Yeah,
That
I
is so
feel like that's
sweet.
good.
My best and worst dating experience. So I wouldn't say mine was a while. I can't remember. I don't think I've really had any bad experience per se, but I know there's one that he was so particular about. He was so particular about the bill, like not particularly telling me about it, but when the waitress brought the bill and he was like the way he grabbed it, and it was such a dramatic thing, like like when a man and a woman, next day it was like don't you know the woman is not supposed to be seeing the bill, and at first I thought it was a joke because I was laughing, but it was not a joke. And like I get it, I was not even going to stretch my hand in the first place, but don't make it such a big
I feel like as like females, no matter what, because these men, they are not really like, they don't look at details, they will just pay. So me, I'm that type of partner that would check and make sure that what you actually ordered is what is actually there. So I feel like that's just maybe you trying to check.
Yep.
Do you understand? If okay, but not that you're gonna bring out your card. Ain't no way.
I was that's the thing, like why it was so shocking, because I did not even stretch, I did not attempt, I did not do anything. So what was that whole dramatics for? Do you get it? Was so weird. And my best, what's my best? I would say, like you said, basically with my partner as well. It's like, you know, there's always that fun. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Do you get it? It's like sometimes you know all those very spontaneous dates that you guys just go and then maybe you have dinner and you're just even like years in. Sometimes you're just like, I don't want the night to end. We're having so much fun. Instead of even if you guys are going back to the same house, you're like, let's go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Let's go, and then that one now turns into a wild night, and before you know it, you guys end up in places that you didn't plan to be in the first place. And tell me about it.
I absolutely live for those nights.
Same. I love the best and worst friendship experience.
I feel like me, I'm just a petty person. You know, I'm just like petty. So I would say that with friendships, my best experience are with my friend, like the friend group I have right now. I feel like everybody's just like nice. Do you understand? Like there's no form of like competition.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody, like I can be free around, because me, you know how we are, like we're just like, I just want someone that I can be myself around. So I feel like with my friends, I feel like I can be, you know, that person. But I feel like in the past, do you understand? I feel like I've not had like really dramatic experiences with friends, like how people snatch somebody's boyfriend, all those dramatic things. But like I feel like the only thing like maybe I'm like a little bit petty about is like, if you don't treat me the way I treat you. Do you understand? Like that's one thing that I hold in like high regard. That, do you understand? Like if, let us say, like, you know, when it comes to our friendship, I'm that type of person that will always like, you know, listen to you, or like, and then when it's my own turn, you can't listen to me, or like, or something as petty as not giving me a birthday gift. I'm gonna
of course
maybe cut you off. That's just the type of person
if I give you and you don't give me, it's like,
it's not like I'm taking record though, but like
to be honest, do you know what I do these days? Like now I check to see if someone wished me happy birthday before I wish them back.
Same.
Because
like it's the same
I'm
energy.
Sorry, I'm not
energy.
Energy. Aura for aura.
Like I'm not going
aura
to
for aura.
Before I'll just be like, oh, you know, I'm just a nice person. Let me just go like, no, I'm just like, let me just
I like
stay
treating people the same way they treat me.
Because I am a good friend. Do you understand? Like I would say I will hold that one to like high regard. So I feel like I feel like
if they are not, it's like why?
Yeah.
Like what's
yeah,
the point
it's
then?
almost like you're taking me for granted. That's
Yep,
just
and that's the thing a lot of people do these days, like especially in this generation, people
Yeah.
take so much advantage
They're
of
so
people.
entitled.
So fucking entitled.
Ugh.
They're no more genuine people. They're just people that are just entitled
Yeah.
to your
yeah.
time, your money, your life.
Yeah, especially, oh, do you know one thing, like one of my friends said one time, like, because I was like, because I had to call her out, because every time I gift this girl on her birthday, so I basically had this experience with like a particular friend that every year I would always, you know, give her like the birthday gift, and like, I never get anything in return. Do you understand? Like, to me, it's only, okay, if you forget this year, don't forget the
You
next
remember
year. Do you
next
understand? Like,
year.
it doesn't just add up to me. And then I had to like sit down and I was like, I don't understand. Like, why don't you gift me? Because I would like,
Oh my god.
yeah, I would call you out. I was like, why don't you gift me? Like,
You
on
know,
my
that's the
birthday?
difference between you and I. I won't talk. Oh.
No, I would actually talk
don't-
so that I can know.
I hate confrontation.
No, I would talk. I was just like, oh, you know what? But now I don't talk because I feel like in the
Everybody
past,
knows what
yeah,
you're
I feel like
doing.
everybody
Yeah.
knows what they're
Yeah.
doing. In the past, I would talk, but like now, I'm just more like quiet. Do you understand? And then do you know what this girl said to me? She was like, oh, you know how you are, like you have like so much, like what am I going to gift you?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have
I
to be
was
anything
like-
expensive
I
or
was
gift. It's
like,
the thoughts
you
that
can
always
give me a
count.
scarf,
Do you get
a
it's the thoughts that
shirt,
always count?
a jewelry,
Literally,
you know,
a
like
hamper,
anything.
a hamper box,
a bottle of wine.
Yes,
Like even the wine I drink is not even expensive.
you just look at the kind of things that she likes: a diffuser, a candle,
like just something. And then
Something.
immediately she made that so I was just like, oh, okay, no problem, I get it. And that was just it for me. Like
And you
yeah,
do with
after
that
she
information
left,
what you mean.
she was blocked.
Yeah. Oh, no, because that. Do you know what happened? Like my birthday, one of my birthdays, yeah, I didn't really get anything from one friend per se. And mind you, prior to that day, like there's so many times where I would have, you know, maybe we go out and I end up footing the bill one way or another. Like maybe I'm not saying all the time, but I'll say let's say like 3 times out of 5, I would kind of like foot the bill. And even though sometimes it was a case of, oh, I'll pay you back, I always had to like keep pursuing for like,
I know this
are
type
you
of
going to pay
friendships.
back? Yeah, and like, are you going to do that or and whatnot? It was never really about the money for me. It was more about the principle of things.
Yeah.
And then my birthday now came and it was like she gave me something, but it was more of a do a video for me, like create content for me, like, oh, why don't you just do this content, this and that. So to me, I was like, are you gifting me or you just want me to do content for you? So it was just so weird. Like, don't give me a criteria. That's not a gift. If you're giving me a criteria on what to do with it, like, don't say, oh, I'm giving you this for your birthday, but you have to create content for me. That's not a gift.
That's not a gift.
Yes, it's not a gift. So I felt a type of way about that, but so I brushed it off. I'm just like, okay, you know what? That's fine. Then the birthday, the person's birthday was like maybe weeks after mine, and I did say that I was going to take this person like for a birthday brunch, but that day I had work to do. Like I had like a huge order to you know fulfill, so I couldn't make it because I had to send it out for delivery the next day. So I couldn't make it and I had to apologize. And do you know, like, this is why I say, like, when people do things to you, I think you should take it to chest, because that happened. Like, there was a valid reason why I couldn't do it. I kid you not, then like the way she just withdrew from me, and I'm just like, hello.
That wasn't a gift, girl. That was like a condition.
Like, the way she withdrew from me, in my mind I was like, oh wow. With everything I had just been like, you know, ignoring and just be like, it is what it is. Like, it's not that deep. Like, that happened, and like it was just like, yeah, I'm no more doing that. As it's happening, I'm calling it out because I'm done. Like, me always say, oh, I'm not this confrontational person.
Yeah.
It's clearly not working. So yeah, I think that's, but my best, I think that was like one of, in fact, I've had a few very worst friendship encounters.
Oh yeah.
I had one in school, I had one in real life,
Yeah, we
had a very bad experience.
Yeah.
Well, let's not even go into it. Let's not even go into it. But best, I think the same thing. I have I'm very picky with my friends as well, and I feel like if, just like you said, if you're giving me the same energy, like I'll give you. And I know that I have friends that are really, really, you know. And the thing about me is like I don't mix like friends per se. Like if I meet you, you're like, oh yeah, this is my friend here, there, this is my friend there. But I feel like in every aspect that I've picked, like I like them. I really, really adore them. Like when you know, just genuine people. You don't have to. You just be yourself. I like when you're just yourself around. When I can be myself around anybody, you've got. Best and worst thing about navigating life in your 20s?
I feel like the best thing for me is that, you know, I have like financial freedom. Do you understand? I feel like the good thing is that, you know, at least thank God I was able to like build like solid foundation that is able to like give me like at least good financial freedom. Like I can do what I want to do. I can travel when I want to travel. I can take breaks when I want to take breaks. So that's the one thing I love about, you know, back like when we were teenagers, we were broke. We were broke. We have to be asking our parents for every single thing. I feel like that's the worst thing about it, because like now, at least now, you don't necessarily need to ask your parent. I feel like now I can do things for myself. So that's the best thing about navigating my 20s, because I can't go back to my teenage age when I was broke.
No.
I was broke.
Your worst.
Yeah, my worst. Having to spend a lot of money. You know,
your best is literally your worst.
Yes, my best is literally, you know, I don't know that the money will be like this. Like,
and it's like, it's like when now we're now in our 20s, like Nigeria just hard. Why? When it was our parents' time, in their 20s, they were literally doing things. Like they were chilling.
I don't know. But spending money, I don't like spending money, especially on like irrelevant things. It's not like they're irrelevant, but like, you know, maybe like
now it's like adults who like.
At least thank God I live with my man, so I don't need to like think about like, you know, light bill, all those things. But you know, like I feel like, you know what? Actually, I don't think about anything. My man is because I wanted to say what I'm actually paying for. I don't pay for my car fuel. I don't pay for lights. I don't. But there must be something I pay for that I hate paying for.
Beauty maintenance.
But I love paying for beauty.
Well, to me, it's just like it's so expensive to look this pretty all the time.
Fair enough.
We have skincare.
Okay, maybe skincare. Skincare is expensive.
You just buy 3 products. It's already like 100 and something K.
Even the mask that I use, do you know that mask is trending? That I think it's called bio something. I forgot it. Now when I have to buy it, for something thousand for mask.
Yes.
I said,
girl.
Well, you know, those are people's salary. I did not expect it. Honestly, I'm just
please. I think one thing that this Nigeria economy has really shocked me on is the price of skincare products.
What's even the price of food? Everything,
yes.
Everything.
Girl.
Even the basic thing that you want to get, like food, I feel like it's pricey.
Sis,
I feel like, I don't know if Nigeria, we did something in the past. Somebody did something.
I think that's what we need to, all of us just need to ask God for forgiveness.
No, we need to pray.
We need to ask God for forgiveness.
But I hope that God has forgiven all our sins. It's like religious people.
Yeah, that's the thing. One of the most religious, but not spiritual. Nigerians are
fair.
Wicked people. Do you get? They are just not nice.
That's so true. They're actually not nice people at all.
My best experience in navigating my 20s is, like you said, like kind of like freedom. There's so much to look up to in terms of like, you know, what your life is going to entail. Like I feel like, you know, my 20s are where I'm setting the pace, like how I want my future to be, you know, working hard, everything. It's stressful, but you just have that excitement that if I do this now, I wonder how my life will be like in my 30s, in my 40s. Like, you know, you have the idea of how you want your life to be, and that kind of thing. So there's that excitement and just the fun of it, you know, building friendships, building that whole village of people around you, going out, having fun, just doing things. I think that's the best thing I think about navigating my 20s. I have a lot of worst experiences in my 20s because first of all, I'll say the pressure.
The pressure is getting
Hey,
worse.
the pressure.
Pressure of what though?
It's just, you know, life in general. Like the same way, it's a blessing and it's a curse that you know, you feel like you have to you're setting the pace for, you know, your life. But there's also that pressure of like, are you doing the right thing? Like, oh my God, am I doing this? And like, oh, you know, and I think that it's actually getting to a lot of we young women, especially in our 20s. Like, you know, first of all, I'll just say like your cutoff age is not 30. As much as a lot of us always like, we're always so pressurized that, oh my God, I have to get married before 30, I have to make money before 30, I have to have kids, I have to blah 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 blah. No. Don't be in a hurry. People in their 30s people start their lives in their 40s still. The best and worst thing about social media.
You can start this one first.
Okay, so my best thing about social media is that it's so versatile now. You can make money, you can, you know, link up with friends, old friends. Like I have people that at some point in my life, I was always thinking like, oh, where are these people? Like, but you can always find them with just searching their name on social media. Like, what are they up to? Like, people in your primary school, you know, people in your secondary school, you just keep in touch in a way. Like, you just don't forget people because there's always that way to like, kind of like, get in touch with people, reconnect, and there's the making money aspects. Like, you know, people are cashing out on social media, and I think that, you know, I really like that at this day and age. Like, it's that, you know, it's not easy to work to create content, but I like that you can just look pretty and actually make money from looking pretty. You know, it's not. I'm not talking about the process of creating the content, though. I'm just like, if we're just talking about the basics, like the basis of it all, rather, it's like you're making money for just looking pretty. You're making money for living a fantastic lifestyle. So I feel like that's like, you know, one of the things I really like about social media. And then my worst thing is the pressure. Social media breeds a lot of pressure. Like, it's getting so bad for the young ones. Everybody is in a hurry to make money, like to the point that they are not even making legit money anymore. They're just, you know, everybody wants to sell their souls to make money right now, just because they want to stunt on their followers. They want to, you know, be this person that they're not just because of a stranger. Like Speed Darlington said, God punish stranger.
Make I come dey suffer because of wetin stranger go talk. Go, may stranger die 10 times.
True, and I'm not saying that it doesn't get to me as well. So sometimes I'll just be scrolling on my Explorer, like, see this girl. But I have to have a talk with myself. I always have to do like, you know, some self-evaluation. Like, you know, like everybody's journey, everybody's race is different. Like, just live as long as you're comfortable and you're content, and just keep moving on life like that. So I think that's the worst thing about, you know, social media. My worst experience about social media for me.
So my worst experience with social media is the fact that people just be giving advices that we don't ask for in podcasts.
That part. Ooh.
Shading my podcast people because like
they need to start taxing them.
I don't understand. Even like it's so cringe to even like listen to all those types of podcasts because I love podcasts. I'm not gonna lie, but like there are just some things that comes out of people's mouths, and I'm just like, you know. So people actually agree with this person, and people agree.
People are. Lots of them agree,
and I understand that that's like the type of person that you are. That's how you grew up to be, but you don't need to come and impose your opinion
On
on other
others.
people.
Oh
That's
my
why I don't
God.
like about social media.
Yeah.
Like this podcast era where people have
Everybody feels
an opinion.
everybody feels
Do
like
you
they have like,
understand?
and your opinions, sorry to say,
Nah.
no offense, but maybe even a little bit of offense. Your opinions are not very
They are
great.
not needed. They are not even needed because, and you know, like social media, anybody can be on social media, even though you are 2, you're 3. Do you understand?
Yep.
And like they will soak up this information
Ooh,
at a young age, and they will feel like that is the right thing to do. Do you
Yes.
understand? And I feel like why I don't really like to give advice here personally is that the type of advice I give when I was like 20 is not the type of advice I would give when I'm 30. The type of advice I'll give when I'm 40. And you have to understand
Life evolves.
these things. You understand? So that you don't just come and open your mouth, wow, donkey. Like Davido said.
Cho, every day,
No.
cho.
You don't have to do that. That's the only thing. I feel like that's the one thing I do. I feel like I agree with everything that you said.
Yeah.
You literally touched on all the topic on like, you know, the worst things about social media. But that one where people just chatting.
Chat and shit, man.
I don't like it. I don't subscribe to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I've seen that, you know, the best thing about social media is just information as well. Like I just like the fact that if I'm
things we didn't learn in school.
things that we didn't learn in school, like I'm just like, oh,
especially
like,
TikTok. There's nothing you will find on TikTok.
I'm
There's
just like,
nothing you will find.
I didn't
Search
know
on
this.
TikTok.
I
Yeah.
didn't know. So that's the one thing I really like about
True,
social media. Like
true,
it kind of
you're
helps
right.
me, like, you know,
In you're gathering a lot of information. Yeah.
Just make sure the information that you're gathering is like good information.
Sensible. Yeah. So there's a thin line with that one. Sometimes it can be bad ones, or sometimes like just make sure it's sensible, like you said. It's very true. Best and worst deal breakers in a relationship.
Best deal breaker, something like that.
Yeah. Like something like, you know, everybody will understand, like, okay, I get why this is a deal breaker, but the worst is like something that is just something like it might not make sense to other people, but it makes sense to you. It's like maybe it might be something so little, like, oh, the way why are you pressing toothpaste in the middle.
Yeah.
I think the bigger deal breaker basically would be physical violence. That one is like a no. And no, I'll just say if you're just aggressive, basically, because obviously before we get to the physical part, if you're very aggressive, and I mean if we're having an argument and you just before you know it, you're shouting, you're tearing your clothes like a gorilla. No, I will pick up my slippers and jam it together and run. Yeah, because me, please, I'm even a very spoiled last born. First of all, I'm my father's princess, so don't even try that. So I've never seen my dad has never even raised the voice at me. So you can imagine someone that you now want to pursue me romantically, you are shouting and tearing. No. The worst for me is if I feel like I cannot stand smacking your mouth.
What?
Like when you're like, now eating is not a bad thing.
Okay.
No, in fact they're like
okay, when people are making noises when they eat.
Or when they're eating and it's like they're talking and then little things are flying out as they're talking, or
something flying
or something, or it's hanging around your mouth. That drives me crazy.
Really?
Ooh. Now I don't mind eating and
that would drive me crazy.
Yes.
But I'm just like, I don't know anybody that eats like that because I'll actually have to call you out.
I've dated somebody in the past that had like shit. Like it's so bad that even on the phone you don't be any.
Oh my god, you know I don't like that. When people are talking to me and they're eating on the phone. I don't like it.
The thing is that, okay, yes, that one I don't like it, because what are you saying? Like sharp, do you get? Like that's the thing. But when because I'm even imagining it, because I can remember it so well. Like I don't like it. And another thing I really don't like is like bad hygiene. I don't like bad hygiene. Like I can't do it.
I would say like mine is very, very similar as well. I would say that I can't do anybody that's going to hit me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be scared. I'm going to run away. I don't even think twice about it. You know, obviously, I sympathize with people that have been in that situation. Do you understand? Like, and they have to go back and, no, I can't do it. I'm so sorry. If you just raise your hand like this, I'll think you want to hit me. And that's just how it is. Like, I'm going to be so scared.
Hey,
No, and I don't really like
and
pain.
if I report it to my father that you did that, you're in trouble.
No, me, I would not even report. I might deal with the situation
To be
myself.
honest, how much is area boys on the street?
I might call them to be
Fair,
and just watch you.
Sis,
Because I can't just deal with that. Like,
Yeah.
Not in a situation where I'm like scared. Like I'm not scared. You are in trouble. I can't even deal with that. And then, do you know what? Let me say this. I would say that the other one, yeah, which is like, you know, the worst. No, sorry, the best of the worst, yeah. This one is same thing as you, but let me give you a story, yeah. There was this guy, God, I was seeing, yeah. And sometimes, you know, obviously, you know how men can be a little bit scattered. And then I was helping him, you know, pick out things in the house. And then I picked up his boxers. And then there was
some of your skin marks.
Yes. That was the end of the relationship.
Of course, are you joking?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just like, oh my God.
So the housekeeper would have seen that.
Yeah.
Please. You've been through it. Support system, girl.
No.
Sorrows, prayers.
That was literally like an example of like, you know, someone that.
Yeah, like bad hygiene. Like
hygiene.
You a child. Okay, so we've come to the end of this video.
Yes, we have.
I hope you guys enjoyed all our juicy deets and all the juicy stories. Like, you know,
it was actually such a good video.
It was. I actually enjoyed it. I thought I forgot I was just with you guys. I thought I was just as a point, I really forgot. But yeah, I enjoyed shooting this video. Thank you, Princess
Thank you, Sewa, for having me.
as I call her sometimes, for being on this video with us and gracing us with your presence.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and comment down below. And also her channel as well. And I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye.